The Isla Paradiso Bunch, episode 69. Welcome, Carrot's here. We're catching up with the crew who are still in France, and we left Jeannie here catching butterflies at the end of episode 68. And here she is, as promised, back with the butterflies. Hayley's doing a bit of fishing just because. No special reason, she just decided to go fishing. Got a whole lot of butterflies there to catch, Jeannie. Looks like there's a few little creatures over in the distance there that she could have a go at catching as well. Looks like there's enough there to be 2 blue butterflies. No, only one. And she got it. So she had success with the butterflies. What about I wonder how she'll go with the bird and the turtle. She got the bird. Now she's going to get the turtle. I'll just sell these. Oh no, she's not going to get the turtle, it got her. So she got bitten. The thing that they're all about to start doing is looking for excavation places because Craig has a need for opal. I won't make her stay here catching butterflies for long because the butterflies in this spot, when they're spawning, they just keep spawning constantly. You never catch them all. It's impossible. You could stay there all day and you just keep finding more and more butterflies. But it's great to come back here at night to get the fireflies. And if you've got the right mod, the will-o'-the-wisp sometimes turn up as well. They're bugged so that they won't. I don't think they'll show up anymore without the mods. If you want to see what's down those steps, I'm going to show you very briefly, like for about 2 seconds, just get a quick glimpse of what's down there. Huge tomb. We've been through that already in an earlier episode called Tuatha's Tomb, and it is the way, it used to be the only way to get to that island, and it's the way to get to complete all of the tomb that is under that island. Used to be the only way to get to it, but now with Isla Paradiso you can get there by boat or swimming. That green dive well at the lowest level of this part of the tomb is the route across to the island. After a big day's adventuring, most of them have got together in the kitchen. Jeannie's going to heat up something in the microwave, which is just across behind, out of shot there. I don't know what Meryl thinks she's doing, playing with the computer. That's from Into the Future, and she seems to enjoy it. She keeps taking it everywhere she goes. Muriel's cooked some grilled cheese. She had to deliver 5 grilled cheese, or 5 servings of a recipe as part of an adventure she had. And she was making, I think it had to be great, and that's what she did deliver, and she got it again straight away. So she knew how to make great grilled cheese, so I got her to do the same thing again. Got her visa points up. Most of these sims are only on level 1 visa. We need to be in France to finish off the tomb collection, but there's only 3 more items to collect, so really the only adventures available are the silly little ones. So I'm letting the ones who are on level 1 to do whatever pops up. Craig is in need of some opal, which he needs to deliver to get access to the chamber where he can find the key to the dragon cave. He's gone to the relic store, but he's been waylaid by his desire to buy something from the special merchant, Elliot St. James. He bought a few things that he didn't need, including another huge tent. He's already got 2 of them in his inventory, but I'm sure he felt better after spending a few ancient coins that he didn't need to spend. And he can have one final look just to see. This is his 3rd visit to the relic store. He goes every day trying to buy some opal. His hopes aren't great, although he just hopes he does find opal. He needs it desperately. He can't go back to China until he's got some opal. Unfortunately, there's no opal there for him today. Maybe he'll buy a keystone, maybe not. He doesn't really need them. They've got heaps of simoleons, so he'll probably save his simoleons, whereas they're scarce on the ancient coins, so he goes and spends up big with them. Has he got anything he could sell, maybe? He doesn't need the simoleons, but he's got a space rock. Better get rid of that in case he gets abducted again, ends up with a unexpected weight gain moodlet. Muriel has delivered her grilled cheese, and she's gone to the base camp, the adventure board, to see if she can get another adventure. And guess what? She gets the same adventure again. But that's okay. She can make great quality grilled cheese now, so that's fine. Cafe quality cooking for Muriel. Help needed. The cafe's executive chef has come down with something, and he is unable to cook for us. We need someone to bring in 5 single-serving meals of great quality or better quality to the cafe manager, Albert Fischer. We will trade you some high-quality produce for the meals. She quickly made and delivered the grilled cheese to the cafe, and then she got another opportunity, global nectar making. I'm trying to create a new type of nectar made with fruits from around the world. I require 5 pomegranates. In exchange for these fruits, I will pay you some simoleons. You can buy these from foreign stores, or even grow them yourself. Well, she happens to know that pomegranates grow in the yard of Jean-Luc Privet, and this is his garden, and Muriel has headed off here to see if she can raid his garden for pomegranates, and she manages to pick 4, but she needs 5. So she rushes off home to see if they've got any pomegranates growing in the garden at home, and she finds heaps of pomegranates growing on their own trees. So she's quickly able to deliver her pomegranates and complete this opportunity. She's had a busy day and she's feeling quite grubby. The base camp is not far away, so she runs to it and takes a bath. Back at home, Craig's feeling quite positive, even though he still hasn't found an opal, and he is quite sure that he will find the opal eventually. But what worries him more is he's going to have to face up to that terrifying Dung Ho in the Dragon Cave. The Dragon Cave was built to lock that terrifying creature away, and Craig's got to go in there and defeat him. I wondered where Judy had got to. Looks like she's been out in the garden playing in the sprinklers. Next morning finds Sam sitting in among the pomegranate and pomelo trees, charming his snake. It's not long before the rest of the household are out there enjoying this little play in the sprinklers. There's really not much for them to do. We're just waiting for Craig to locate an opal. There's still no opal lying around the world anywhere. They're going to have to come up with some other plan. It was at about this time that I suddenly remembered that Sam had a tear of Horus in his inventory. Now, the tear of Horus is something that they bought from the special merchant in Egypt, and it's a bit like the collection helper, but it's different. It finds treasure. I used the tear of Horus to find all of the excavation spots scattered throughout the world, and the household spent the whole night digging for opal. I think they might have enjoyed the things that they saw that night, because they're not often out to see the city in the dark, or the train going across the viaduct and into the tunnel in the dark, and to think they got all the opal they needed as well. It was a very successful evening, even though it did take all night. There weren't quite enough excavation sites for everybody to do 2, which was fortunate because somebody got abducted again. And it was Sam. Oh dear. Let's hope he doesn't get the unexpected weight gain moodlet, like Craig just got it cured from it last episode. All we need now is for Sam to get one as well. But the aliens don't care. They're taking him off. There he goes. Poor Sam. I hope he's having fun with those aliens. He's probably terrified. Here he comes, he's back again. At least they got the space car this time. Is he angry with it? Oh, look at the aliens going off in an ordinary car again. Last time it was a push bike. They never seem to want to go home in their space car. No way of knowing who that alien is, unfortunately. But it's getting to be morning time, and the moon is setting, and the sun's coming up, and the city is getting all bright. The sky's blue, and the clouds are blowing in the wind, and it's reflecting in the water. Such a pretty city off in the distance. You get a great view of it from the house that this lot have purchased for their vacation home. See, there it is, the vacation home and the city all in the one picture. I just had to show you that. It's not really part of the story, but it's pretty. Now, Sam's got his opal because they found plenty of opal last night, and he's gone off to report in to get the next part of his adventure, because he needs to find the key to the Dragon Cave. And this chap reckons he knows the answer, but he just wanted a bit of opal, and he thought it'd be good to get Craig to go get it for him. There he is, deep within the Landgraab Chateau. Whee! Look how it shines and glimmers. I have not yet decided what I shall do with the opal, but that is not your concern. Now, you seek the keystone. The hidden vault is now unlocked for you at the Landgraab Chateau. Go there to find the keystone of James Fawn. Looks like Craig would rather charm his snake. As usual, it took a bit of convincing, but he did eventually put his snake away and grudgingly got on his Ken Spa and headed off to the Landgraab chateau. The purpose of this series of videos, the adventure series, part 2 of the Isla Paradiso Bunch, is for them to find all of the tomb objects in each of the 3 World Adventure worlds. Now they've completed the adventures in Egypt, and they've got all 13 tomb objects from Egypt. They will have to go back to Egypt, so you'll still see more of Egypt. And they've got 3 more objects to locate in France, and one of those objects is in the chateau, and that's what he's going for right now. Apart from the large tomb with the tomb object in it that we're going to collect, there are 2 other smaller tombs that we haven't gone into yet, so they're not part of any adventure, and Craig will complete those 2 as well after he has completed the main adventure. The name of the keystone Craig's got is the keystone to the Landgraab Cellars, and you think it's down below, but no, it's not. It's in that tower, and the X on the tower marks where he will find the place to insert the keystone. Craig's there waiting patiently to go through that back door, and he needs to turn towards the left. There's 2 doors there. He could go right or left, and we want him to go left. So that's the door he needs to go through now. Don't worry about the traps because they've already been disarmed in previous adventures and earlier episodes. Now that door takes him to the front door, which was where we do not want him to go. The door Craig needs is the second door, and there it is. You can just see it in the picture now. So he can go through that door and go into the bottom of the tower, and the next thing he has to do is go up the steps. We'll have to look at him from above. There's no way of seeing those steps from the floor view, so we're no longer at the Sim's eye view, we're at our eye view. There's another set of steps that needs to go up, and there is the place that he needs to insert his key. The key to the Landgraab Cellars is required, and he's got it in his inventory. And the adventure begins. Fortunately, the 3 tombs he's going to complete now don't take very long to do. He's got to find his way down to the cellar, and the obvious way to go is through that hallway, and he finds there's 2 objects that he can collect on his way. One of them is the French signet of the Chateau de Landgraab, and that's the first piece that he picked up just then. So he's got his part of the tomb collection for this tomb that he's in now. Usually it's in a treasure chest down in the cellar. There's a toilet there. I got him to use the toilet, but it didn't seem to trigger anything. Tried washing his hands too, just in case, but nothing special happened, other than he turns both taps on, the hot and the cold. Just pick up a few things that are in the bedrooms that he comes to, and it's triggered something now, and he's revealed a hidden door. But he can pick up that vase that's on the bedside table, then open the hidden door. Once he's got that open, he will have a long staircase to go down, and he'll have to go down all the way down to the bottom of the cellar. So we're not actually going to follow every step of the way, because it's just a long, dark, narrow staircase that winds its way backwards and forwards down to the bottom of the basement. Down he goes. Here he is. He's got down to the bottom basement, and the first thing he's got to do is on his right there is a hole in the wall that he needs to investigate. It takes a little while, and he's turned off that wall trap. He would have got burnt savagely if he'd walked past that. Now when he gets to the end of this hallway, there are 2 doors, one on the right and one on the left. We're going to go to the left. That is where that key to the dragon cave is. But as you can see, there's another little key on the desk, and that's the charm keystone. He's going to need that to do one of the other adventures that I was telling you about that are down in the basement. The key to the dragon cave is in that treasure chest with all the sparkles coming from it, and I usually get the signet from France here too. I'm sure he do, at least, but it was upstairs this time. But he's got it, and now he's got the key to the dragon cave and the charm keystone as well. Now the best part about this part of the tomb is there's a garden. This is only one of 2 places that I know of in France where you can actually pick all of the grape varieties. They're all here waiting for you, so you don't have to buy them. If you're running out of time, or you're just giving up your patience, you can't find them anywhere else, you'll find them here. That red one and the other dark bluish green one are very hard to get anywhere else. The only other place I usually pick them up from is the humble harvest stands that I place in the greenhouse venues in my regular worlds. Now there's a bathroom in there, so he can go in there and use the toilet and check it out, make sure that he's not going to trigger anything that should be triggered. Just go have a look so we can see what's there. Give him some privacy. We don't need to watch him go to the toilet. He's got to go through that door and then out the other door now. See that door just passed on the same wall as that wall trap that he disarmed? We're going to go through that door next. He didn't trigger anything special. I didn't worry about the shower. You could try the shower just to make sure. It could just be there for convenience if your sim's all dirty and won't keep doing the adventure for you. See, that's another one of the basements that we haven't done yet. And it looks like, see that door, it can't be opened from the other side. But maybe he can open it from the side he's on now. It looks like it's been unlocked for him. If he can just get it to open. Looks like it's heavy. There's just a few treasures to pick up now. You can keep coming back here. Sometimes these treasure chests get refilled and sometimes they don't. I don't remember which ones do and which ones don't now. Mostly though, when you come back for the second go through and subsequent goes through, you only get ancient coins. But they can be valuable if you need to buy things from the special merchant. You can go up those steps now and escape from this little tomb. You can actually get into it quite easily from above. You don't need to do the adventure he's just done. It's not part of that adventure where you need the keystone to get in. These steps are just opened at the side of the chateau. Now there's one more little tomb where he can pick up lots of nectar. But he'll need to have Pangu's axe to get into it. Because you may have noticed at the rear of the chateau there are 4 huge boulders that he needs Pangu's axe to smash to get down into the other little basement. It's blocked off. So there are the boulders and he needs to smash them. All 4 of them. Takes a bit of effort. There's no need for them to come back to this chateau now once he's completed this part of it, because they've emptied it, and only reason they would come back is to maybe just check through to see if more treasures have spawned at some of the places that are in the chateau. The other reason you might come back is if you're playing with new sims and those sims have never completed the tombs and they need to complete tombs to get their lifetime wish. They can come back here later and get the adventures, but the tombs have already been opened, but they can still complete them as far as the game is concerned to get their lifetime wish. Or at least that happens in my game. It might be mods that are doing it, I'm not sure. There goes the final boulder. So down he goes. There's a very small tomb or basement. That one with all the straw in it, that's underneath the groundkeeper's cottage, and that was an adventure we did some time back. Now this is where he needs the charm keystone. When he found the keystone to the dragon cave in the treasure chest, there was another keystone sitting on the desk and he picked it up and he needed it to get through this door. So if you come here, you can get in here without the adventure, but you can't get into the tomb to get the nectar unless you have been in there and got the charm keystone. Just makes it a little bit more difficult for you. Now, of these racks of nectar, some he can taste the nectar and some he can take all nectar. And I'm only letting him take all nectar. I don't want him tasting it because he'll just stay here all day. And we've got other things to be doing rather than letting Craig have fun tasting nectar. You could come back down here and make some nectar if you wanted to, but I think I just treat that nectar maker as decor. It isn't, of course. It will work for you if you wanted to. And that's it. Get on with the next part of the adventure. Now Craig has completed what he came to France to do. It would be logical to go home now, but he does need to get his martial arts skill up to level 10 as fast as possible, because it's only level 2 at the moment. And the other thing that's happened is Sam got abducted by aliens and he's got the unexpected weight gain moodlet. So we're going to have to wait for that to go away before we travel. So Craig can head off home. Another reason that I want him to work on his martial arts skill in France is he seems to make faster progress in France than in China, and I definitely don't want him working on his martial arts skill in Isla Paradiso until I get all that lag sorted out. And I am making big progress with it. I've managed to solve all of the problems that I've had so far. It's just that I don't trust it to behave itself. So we'll stay in France until he's up to level 10 in martial arts. Having said all of that, I suspect the next episode, episode 70, will be in France. Haley's going to go out catching lots of beautiful butterflies and other insects, so it won't just be Craig practicing his board breaking. Everybody's got things to do, and of course we've got to wait for Sam's moodlet to go away. So I'll leave this one here. Thank you for watching, and remember to click the like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you would like to be notified of the next videos that I put out. The next one will be an Isla Paradiso Bunch video. But thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.